I probably shouldn't make a video like this. I should probably, take a bit, maybe take, the rest of the day, maybe a few days or a week to just kind of sort myself out and, kind of get, myself back together. But honestly, a video like this has to be made because, honestly, I feel broken. I feel like I don't know what to do. And I want to say right off the bat, I failed you guys. I failed you guys as a man. I failed you guys as a content creator. I failed you guys as an inspiration. And I failed you guys as an entertainer. I don't know honestly. I don't know honestly what went wrong somewhere along the way. I feel like that ever since I started the whole YouTube thing, with Mega Crasher and all that stuff, I thought that perhaps, for once I had found something in my life that had actual meaning, that had something that symbolized something that I was good at. And throughout the days, then turned to weeks, then to months, came a whole bunch of memories and a whole bunch of new faces along the way, being a part of our community and all that stuff. And I remember May 10th was the day that we hit our milestone, our first big milestone of 1,000 people subscribed to this channel. And then came milestone after milestone after milestone. And here's the thing, guys, is that, that was all the way back in 2016. I felt like that 2016 was a banger of a year. And I wanted to do everything I could to ride that momentum into the next year, being 2017. And to be honest with you, it's like, things, we're pretty decent in 2017. I mean, there was a couple of obstacles that kind of cropped up, in 2017. But, honestly, that just comes, at the expense of being a YouTuber and the expense of anything really in life. It's just the way that life is. Life doesn't discriminate. Life can be one cold hard bitch. And I apologize for the curse right there. I wanted to try to keep this video clean and straightforward and simple, but it's also unfiltered too. So, I apologize in advance if there's anything, that you take as inappropriate or whatever. I'm speaking off the cuff, man. I'm speaking as if I'm wearing my heart right on my sleeve. And that's kind of it. That's kind of one of the things about me, is that I wear my heart on my sleeve. And sometimes that's a weakness. Sometimes that is a pretty exploitable weakness, I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter or whatever, but, for those of you guys who do, I've made a Twit Longer post, which I'll link you guys to. I'm not going to rehash everything that I spoke about in that tweet because, I want to, speak from the heart here in this video instead of, just reading off what I spoke from earlier. But the thing is, guys, is I feel like, honestly, that my depression has gotten to a very hard to manage kind of level. And this isn't the first time that something like this has happened, But I feel like that, honestly, it isn't just depression medically that has me plagued. It's depression from the fact that I am a failure. I feel like I am a failure to you guys. Reason being, one of the biggest reasons is because of the fact that, the first time that I showed any sign of weakness was, when I had made, responses to when, say, like, I'm not going to mention any names, but I just want to, remind you guys of something that happened last year was when I was attacked because I have a disability. there's a part of me that regrets, you know, talking about me having a disability and opening up with my experiences of having, you know, living with a disability and living with, you know, medical depression and anxiety and things like that. But the reason I did that was because I wanted to give you guys hope. I wanted to give you guys, you know, something that you guys could, you know, watch and think, you know, hey, like, if this guy can do it, then so can I, you know. Everyone's got challenges in their life, you know, big, small. We all have challenges. We're all different. We all shouldn't crap on each other just because, you know, if one person thinks, oh, you know, you think you got it bad, you know, look at me, da-da-da. No. The thing is that what you may think isn't a big deal to you may be like, you know, the entire world to that person, right? You should never, ever be hard on someone just because they have, you know, different things about them, you know, that they either have a hard time controlling or can't control, you know? That's kind of been one of the messages here in this channel, you know, if, is like, we all are individuals. We're all human at the end of the day. We all have our strengths, and alternatively, we also have our weaknesses, you know? We all have our chinks in the armor. It just so happens that a really big split in this armor that, you know, we could say metaphorically, is the fact that I have depression. And, you know, on top of that, you know, part of my depression comes from the fact that, you know, I have a disability, being, you know, Asperger's, which is, you know, on the autism spectrum. Spoken about this a bunch of times here on the channel. I don't think you guys need me to rehash the details about that, right? Because I've spoken about my experiences on what it's like dealing with it, and, you know, I've had to stand up for myself and defend myself when I was being attacked for no reason because of having a disability. And honestly, it's like, you know, there's a part of me that regrets, you know, even talking about it because, you know, that in a way shows a sign of weakness. But the thing is that the way I see is that what's done is done, and what's said is said. You can't change the past. You can't rewrite the past. It's the present and the future that you can change and all that stuff. And here's the thing, is that if I ever was to go, if by some unfortunate twist of fate, if I was to ever pass, you know, I don't want to leave behind a legacy of negativity. I want to leave behind a legacy of positivity, leave behind a legacy of, you know, being an inspiration and being someone that was an entertainer, you know. If what I said is something that you believe in, if what I said is something that, you know, carries meaning in your life, that is something that means near and dear to me. It's something that I, that honestly would, it would mean the world to me, you know, if my words carried a lot of weight, and it's something that you guys took with you, you know, in your everyday life, and you thought to yourself, you know, hey, like, you know, remember what this guy said, you know, like, I can and I will. And, you know, that's kind of another thing that I've been saying here on this channel is I can and I will. And for the longest time, you know, those are the 5 words that I believed in the most. And, you know, honestly, like, even right now, it's like I'm fighting really hard, man, you know, but the thing is that there's a lot of things that's going on, and a lot of it stems from YouTube, ironically enough. You know, something that is supposed to make me happy is also, you know, one of my greatest detriments when it comes to, my condition is, you know, because of YouTube, you know, I've had some pretty big struggles when it comes to my own personal mental issues, you know, with depression and all that stuff. And honestly, I like just seeing the direction that my channel has taken. You know, it's been on a decline because, you know, despite the fact that, you know, I feel like that I work harder on my videos than I have ever before. But problem is that despite all of that, the results end up telling a completely different story, you know. There was even at one point that, you know, I've had people tell me that, you know, I get the views equivalent of that of someone with 200 subscribers on their channel, and I mean, numerically speaking, it's like, ouch. Like, that actually, like, oh man, it's like, you know, I take comments like that to heart, because I'm just like, man, it's like, is my channel really doing that bad? Like, has my channel, like, died off, you know? And honestly, it's like, I ask myself that because, you know, this channel is my pride and my joy. It's you know, my baby, you know? It's something that I spent 3 years of my life, you know, trying to build up and to do so to the very best of my abilities, you know. I started out, you know, this channel in 2015, you know, well, technically speaking, I started out as Mega Masher, but in that same year, I transitioned from Mega Masher to Mega Crasher, and, you know, things have gotten, like, so much better when it came to just overall milestones. I mean, I never ever thought in my wildest dreams that we would be at over 6,000 subscribers, but, you know, here we are. So, you know, that is something to be very happy about, but here's the thing, is that it isn't so much about the numbers, it's about, like, it's not about how many subscribers you have, like, you know, as a number, it's about those who are active. Now, I want to say right now that, you know, I'm speaking from, you know, an in general standpoint. I'm not directing this at you guys. I want you to know from the bottom of my heart, I don't direct any sort of animosity or any sort of negativity to you guys. You guys are my pride and my joy. You guys are my babies as well. You guys are, like, so, you guys are so much more than just my subscribers and my viewers, man. I mean, there's a reason that I say that you guys are like my friends and my family. I mean, hell, like, we are our own community. And every single time that, you know, I see you guys engage and see you guys, like, communicate and stuff like that, you know, it honestly just warms me up. And I do the very best I can to, you know, to respond to comments. I'm definitely reading everyone's comments, but, you know, trying to manage comments on 3 channels, you know, that is a little bit, you know, of a daunting task. I'm not going to lie, you know, trying to, you know, respond to comments on all 3 channels is a bit of a daunting task, but, you know, like, nonetheless, I do the best I can to make sure that I read the comments and that I respond to as many comments as I can. Which actually kind of brings me to my next point, that I think I made a really big mistake in splitting this channel off into, you know, 3 channels overall, you know, by having, you know, this channel and my 2 side channels, which I work equally as hard on, being Mega Crasher Go and Mega Crasher Pro. And the reason that I had split those 3 channels off was actually for 2 reasons. Number 1 was to battle against the faulty algorithms of YouTube. And I hate to keep saying that, you know, it's the faulty algorithms of YouTube. You know, it makes it seem like I'm trying to shift blame here and all that stuff. But I want you guys to know that I, as Corey Chase, I take 100% responsibility of my downfall of my channel, you know. And I want to say that I'm very, very sorry to all of you guys for, you know, putting so much, you know, of your time into the channel just for it to inevitably fail. Like, I feel, honestly, I feel like I've let you guys down. And, you know, part of how I let you guys down was making ridiculously stupid choices with, you know, taking the channel in a direction that I thought was going to be the right way to go, but turns out it massively backfired, you know? And, you know, the thing is that, like, splitting this channel off was definitely a bad idea. But the thing is that, you know, what's done is done. I can't, you know, go back on, what I did. You know, I have to keep going. But the thing is that I don't know what I can do if all 3 of my channels are failing and are dying off, despite me, you know, doing the best I can to bring life to them, with making content and, you know, doing the best I can. And, you know, also kind of getting back to what I was saying with, you know, back in 2015, you know, there was a certain way that I was making videos that, you know, I have been trying so desperately hard to replicate, you know, trying to replicate how I made my videos back in 2015. Like, I got feedback saying that, you know, my videos were more organic, they were more better paced and all that stuff. You know, I was more chill and stuff like that, you know, as far as, you know, playing a character and all that stuff goes. And I tried really hard to replicate it in my recent videos. I really have. But it's like, it hasn't worked out. It has failed. And, you know, as a result, it has gotten me insanely depressed because of the fact that, you know, seeing something that I have put my blood, sweat, and tears in just, you know, not yield the results that I had hoped, you know. You know, I look at other channels, and, you know, channels bigger, smaller, you know, channels of all sizes, you know, I do a lot of studying on the channels, and, you know, I take a look at, you know, their subscriber to viewer ratio, and, you know, their viewer retention and all that stuff, and, you know, I'm thinking it's like, you know, that those channels have a really good core audience because, you know, those channels get, like, you know, a whole bunch of subscribers and a whole bunch of views. Sometimes their view count ends up exceeding their subscriber count, and I'm just thinking, like, I'm like, man, it's like to be able to have like a small sip of that, like from that cup right there, that's all that I would want, and I would do everything I could to capitalize on that and to be able to make this channel much, much better than what it is, and to be able to give you guys the best experience that I would give my absolute damnedest for, that I would absolutely give my whole being just to make sure that you guys have the best damn experience that, you know, you guys have ever had on YouTube as a viewer, as a, you know, as a content watcher, things like that. And as simply put, as my friends, because honestly, it's like I wouldn't be here without all of you guys. And here's the thing, is that I'm also 100% aware that you guys have lives outside of YouTube, you know. I'm not saying that all 6,000 plus of you should be watching my video, each and every single video, because number one, okay, I want to, you know, to remind you guys that I know I'm fully aware that you guys have lives outside of YouTube. 100%. You know, you guys have school, you guys have work, you guys have family and other commitments that supersede YouTube and all that stuff, and that's 100% respectable. I mean, like, it's a way of life. It's called being human, you know, going back to being human. And not to mention also, you guys are subscribed to like hundreds, if not thousands, of other channels, right? I can say firsthand that, you know, I can't watch all the channels I'm subscribed to at once. And it's been a long time since I've updated my subscription list, you know, like, I'm sure there are channels on there that I've subscribed to that I haven't watched in, like, weeks, if not months, you know. In fact, I know that for a fact because, you know, I'm speaking from my experience, but here's the thing, is that at the end of the day, I take full responsibility for any victories and any failures, because the thing is that, you know, that part of being a man that is chasing a dream, chasing a career, well, I'm hoping to make this a career one day, is that you got to acknowledge your flaws and your failures. And, you know, this is a truth that I dreaded facing, but this is something that I myself have to face, and I got to face alone. This is something that I got to search within myself for these answers. I got to search within myself to bring out, you know, what it is I've been missing for so long. I got to bring back, somehow, I got to bring back, you know, what 2015, 2016 brought this channel, you know. 2016 was our golden year. We ended up hitting multiple milestones, you know. We ended up gaining over 3,000 new faces just in that year alone, and that was the year of the Pokemon Sun and Moon hype. So, I mean, that right there, you know, that definitely contributed. I mean, it took a trailer reaction to, you know, absolutely blow up that easily gained 500 subscribers just from like I believe a 2.5 week period. It was like from mid-October to like towards the end of October that we ended up gaining 500 new faces. We went from 2,500 subscribers to 3,000 subscribers on Halloween of all days. I'll never forget that day. You know, that right there was honestly, that was the creme de la creme. That was absolutely fantastic, you know. It's something I'll never forget, and it's something that I wish I can relive, and I wish I could share it with all of you guys, because honestly, to have that feeling back would be just absolutely amazing. But I want to keep on working for that feeling, you know. I want to keep on working for you guys, and, you know, I just want you to know that, you know, I'm depressed, I'm down, but I'm not out. But, you know, the thing is, at the same time, it's like, what else can I do, honestly? You know, I'm trying to replicate everything that has worked out in the past, and it doesn't seem to be working. You know, like even my recent video where, you know, I'm reacting to a trailer of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. You know, that video hasn't done good at all, like, in terms of results, because of the fact that, you know, it's like, you take a look at it for yourself, and I mean, you compare it to, like, other reactions and all that stuff that I've done in the past, and those have done phenomenally good. Like, there's a lot of, you know, trailer reactions and just reaction videos in general that I've done, that have superseded my subscriber count. And I'm just thinking, it's like, how can I recapture that? And, you know, the thing is that this is where I come to you guys and I need your help, kind of thing. Like, what is it that I need to do to be the best that I can be for all of you guys? I'm not saying I want to be the best YouTuber and lay claim ever to be the best YouTuber. I will never ever lay claim to being the best Pokemon YouTuber, because that is arrogant as fuck. Pardon my language. But I'm just going to say right now, you know, like, if you are going to be that narcissistic and say that you're the best and all that stuff, it's like, you got some insecurities, and I am seriously sorry to see that that's going on and that you're projecting that onto your audience. And that's something that I would never want to project onto my audience, is because, you know, honestly, it's like, I feel sorry for those that, you know, suffer through things like that, because, you know, what they may think is, oh man, that guy's like just being an arrogant prick and all that stuff. It's like, well, you know, that may be, but maybe it's like they have like a legitimate illness or some sort of like condition or something like that that prompts them to act that way, either uncontrollably or very hard to control. See, that's kind of the whole thing with mental illness, and the whole thing with just like your mental health in general and conditions. Like, there are some things in life that, you know, are very hard to control, and sometimes they can't be controlled and stuff like that. And, you know, instead of being angry at those people, you know, I feel sorry for them, honestly. You know, yeah, sure, I might have gotten angry in the past, but to be honest with you, it's like, I'm done being angry with people in general. You know, I've been angry in the past, and I've showcased it on videos, and I did what I felt was right. I said what I felt was right. And for the most part, you know, there was a lot of people that supported my message, but it's like, you know, I just, looking back, I don't feel good about making videos like that, and I kind of feel like, you know, that's kind of also one of the things that, maybe may have been a nail in the tire of this channel, so to speak. I don't want to say nail in the coffin, because, you know, that implies that the channel is dead. But the thing is that, you know, my channel isn't dead, my dream's not dead, but it needs, like, some serious, like, revamping and serious work kind of thing, you know? But, like, you know, addressing drama, I'm just gonna say right now, drama isn't good for anyone's channel. It really is not. And to be perfectly honest with you, you know, it's something I can't take back, but I just want to let you know that I have nothing but the utmost, you know, amount of regret and disgust that I have in making those videos addressing the drama from, you know, a certain person who shall not be named. Honestly, you know, it's things like that that will destroy a channel, that will turn the channel into a direction that, you know, inevitably is going to lead to failure. You know, even if you make one video or two videos, you know, very minuscule amount of videos of that kind, you know, that's going to seriously shake up your channel. And, you know, yeah, sure, it's like people are going to view it, and people are even going to subscribe for videos like that, but it's like, why would you subscribe to someone who makes one video of that kind? And you're doing so because you're hoping that that person's going to make more videos like that, but they, you know, expressly, you know, they express that they don't want to make videos like that, you know, that it's not good for anyone's channel, but they're doing so, you know, out of principle, or doing it because they got to defend themselves or some shit like that, right? But the thing is, you know, I've made a lot of videos to address, you know, said individual, and there's been videos I've had to make to defend myself from attacks from said individual. And all in all, it's like I've always did what I felt was right. Despite the fact that, you know, in situations like that, you know, I have a bit of a short temper. I got a bit of a short fuse. You know, I'm a bit temperamental when it comes to, you know, said subject and all that stuff, because there's a lot of things I disagree with, and there's also a lot of, you could say, there's still some personal, well, I guess you could say, issues and all that stuff. But here's the thing, is that, you know, I've already let all that go, because it's like, it is what it is, but I just want to say that I've got nothing but the utmost regret, because of the fact that, you know, that's not what brought me to Pokemon in the first place, and I don't think that's what brought any of you guys to play Pokemon in the first place as well, and I don't think that's what brought any of you guys that legitimately care about this channel. I don't think that's what brought you guys here in the first place either. I don't think you guys came to see, you know, people screaming at each other, you know, saying, oh, you know, you're this, you're that, you know, oh, I'm going to call you out because you said this, or I'm going to call you out because you made a video doing this or whatever. It's like, come on, man. Like, ugh, honestly, you know, it's videos like that that just honestly give everybody a headache at the end of the day. Doesn't matter how much support that videos like that get, you know, it's just, it's a big headache. And, you know, I look back, you know, despite the amount of times that, you know, we have overcome and won in those conflicts, you know, I look back and I'm thinking, man, that sucks. It's like, I didn't come here to fight. I mean, yeah, sure, it's like, you know, I'll defend myself if I absolutely need be, and, you know, if someone else can't defend themselves, then, you know, I'll be there for them. But it's just like, you know, why? Like, why the fighting? Why should we fight when we're a part of a community that is dedicated to a kid's game? You know, take a look at Pokemon Let's Go, for example. I know it might be a bit of a bad example, because, you know, that game has very, very, very mixed reviews. You know, it's kind of like, you know, right down the line. It's like I'm gonna take a wild guess to say that there is like 50% of people who like Pokemon Let's Go, and there are 50% of people who maybe might not like Pokemon Let's Go so much. I know that some of you guys have expressed your guys' opinions about Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, and I just want to say, each and every single one of your guys' opinions I have read, and I've done the best I could to respond in turn. I know there's a few opinions that, you know, I've yet to get back to, which I will. I apologize for that. Just a lot of stuff that's going on, you know, a lot of mental flip-flops and all that stuff, and just my brain is just, it's sometimes it's an autopilot, you know. Sometimes it's like it's got a one-track mind, and I end up you know, I'm in the middle of something, and then, you know, I get distracted by something else, and I go do that, and I'm like, well, I'll get back to this later, you know, whatever. But here's the thing, is that, you know, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, you take a look at the style that game is made, okay? And it is honestly an introductory sort of game for, you know, Pokemon, for people who weren't immersed in the Pokemon culture back when it was first introduced in 1996. And, you know, you take a look at how it's going to be in 2018. It's like, people, they made that game so that way people who have never been into Pokemon before can ease themselves into playing Pokemon and actually get into it, as if the same thing happened to our generation back in 1996. You know? I'm beginning to figure things out. I'm beginning to figure out why Nintendo made Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee the way that they did. You know, I want to say that I think I might have, you know, just stumbled upon an epiphany here, so to speak. Now, with that being said, it's like, when you picture that game, do you picture a bunch of people fighting amongst one another? Do you picture insults? Do you picture attacks? Do you picture bullying? No. It's like, you picture people having fun playing a game that's very easy on the eyes, that's very easy on the soul, very easy on the heart. And that's kind of something that, you know, I want to say is that, you know, it's a Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. It's a game that's very easy on my heart. It's a game that's very nostalgic, and yet it's very new. It's very fresh. And I can honestly say that I can't wait to play it. because it's something that I feel is going to bring me a lot of joy. It's going to bring me a lot of joy in my Pokemon experience, and, you know, I can't wait to share it with you guys. And, you know, hopefully by then, you know, things will be sorted out even more so, you know. And I also want to say also that, you know, while I still live at home, you know, I'm trying to do the best I can to make sure that, you know, my space is, you know, to the best of standards. Because here's the thing, is that, you know, aside from my monster sticker that we have up there, there's not exactly a lot going on when it comes to background, when it comes to attraction. It's very white, it's very pasty, it's very sterile looking. I mean, you know, there's a couple things, you know, kind of going on here. I mean, we got, you know, you see the doorknob right here, you know, to my closet. We got another doorknob, which leads to, you know, an upper sort of closet, which leads to the attic. And I know some of you guys are kind of been wondering, you know, like, what's behind this door here? It's basically a staircase to an attic, you know. So that right there, you know, hopefully that answered your guys' questions and all that stuff. Those of you guys have kind of been wondering about that. But here's the thing. And here I am just kind of rambling all over the place. But sometimes, you know, you kind of need that to happen, you know, to kind of get everything off your chest. And, you know, I want to say that if you guys have stuck with me this long through this video here, God love you. God love you so much. Like, you guys are just so awesome. But I also, you know, just want to say that, you know, I want to apologize, you know, to you guys if I had ever done anything to rub you guys the wrong way. You know, whether I was, you know, making a video in character or not, you know. When I do my character videos, you know, I do it with the best intentions to entertain and inspire. But I understand, obviously, that I am not perfect. I understand, obviously, that my execution could, you know, could definitely, you know, do a lot better. It can definitely use a lot of maintenance, a lot of fine-tuning and all that. And I just want to know, you know, like, what are your guys' thoughts on my videos? Like, you know, do I need to tone down my character, or do I need to give it, you know, more juice, so to speak? Do I need to, you know, be more hyped, you know, like more, I guess you could say, Etika style hype? I mean, that guy, I gotta say, that guy, you know, he's a character. He's something, he is. I mean, man, the guy is he's such a hoot to watch. He is so awesome. I absolutely love Etika, you know. Shout out to Etika, you know. Desmond is absolutely amazing. He's kind of one of my inspirations when it comes to making my Mega Crasher character, and also one of my inspirations when it comes to, you know, when I do my reactions when I'm in my Mega Crasher character, you know, when I want to do my over-the-top reactions. And, you know, the reason that, you know, my reactions come off as over-the-top is because I'm literally doing it in the perspective of my character. So, I mean, you know, I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from there, but, you know, with that being said, you know, I just want to say that I am not done. There is still fuel left in the tank, but the thing is right now is that I feel like I had, you know, all my tires slashed here on this vehicle, and they need replacing. And, you know, what I need to do, basically, is first off, I need your guys' help. I need you guys to give me the best assistance possible, you know, when it comes to your guys' criticisms. You know, I want you guys to lay it on me. I want you guys to say, you know, what it is you like about the channel and the videos, what you don't like about the channel and the videos. Like, seriously, like, you know, make it sort of like a pros and a cons list, or a likes and dislikes list. Like, say what it is that you like about the channel and about said videos, and then say what it is you don't like about the channel and about said videos. And I'm going to take each and every single one of those comments and each and every single one of those points, and I'm going to seriously, like, just, you know, buckle down and try the very best I can to make it so that, number one, my videos are the best that they have ever been and can only keep getting better at that point, and number two, that your guys' experience here in this channel, in this community, is the best that it's ever been, and that you guys are going to want to tell your friends are going to want to tell their friends, and so on and so forth, you know? So, quick note, I just realized that, you know, my video so far is over 30 minutes. Oh my god. I am so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry that this video had to be this long, but I guess, honestly, you know, there was a lot that was on my mind that I just had to mentally decompress. And I just want to say, if you guys have made it through to this long, then seriously, thank you guys for hearing me out and listening to what it is I have to say. And I know I was kind of like just all over the place, kind of rambling about different things, but it's just like, seriously, if you guys were able to keep up with all of that, and you guys were able to, you know, listen and hear me out and all this stuff, then seriously, God bless you. Thank you so very much. Honestly, though, I feel much better, you know, making a video like this, because at the beginning, you know, I was on borderline, you know, ready to break down and cry, because I was just feeling so hurt and so just defeated. And, you know, it doesn't change the fact that, you know, there are still issues that's going on, that there are still lots of obstacles, that there are still lots of things that, you know, I am feeling that, you know, are still there, you know? Like, I still feel like I've failed you guys, but it's like, I want to be pointed in the right direction. I want to know what works for you guys. I want to know what it is you guys want me to do. And, you know, the thing is that, like, you guys ultimately hold the power to the channel. You guys ultimately hold, you know, my fate. It's in your guys' hands, right? You know, I'm not trying to sound all dramatic and stuff like that, you know, but, you know, it's really the truth, because you when it comes to YouTube, you're nothing without your subscribers. When it comes to a business, you're nothing without your coworkers. And, you know, it's just, it's an honest fact of life. And I just want to acknowledge the fact that, you know, I really and truly, deep-heartedly appreciate every single one of you guys. You know, there's a reason that I say that, you know, basically at the end of every single video, you know, when I say, you know, thank you guys for watching and all that stuff, you know, I mean that shit, man. Like, even if it's part of my usual outro when I'm playing my character and all that stuff, you know, there are things that's integrated in my character that's, you know, a part of who I am in real life, you know, such as my genuine passion for Pokemon, such as my genuine passion for YouTube, and such as my genuine respect and love and admiration for all of you guys, and my gratitude as well. Because seriously, it's like, without all of you guys, all this would be, it'd be nothing but a pipe dream. It'd be nothing. I just want to say thank you guys so very much, you know, for being there for me, and for, like, letting me, you know, entertain you guys, even if, like, right now I feel like that I am an utter disaster, that I feel like a failure and all that, but it's just like, right now, it's just, I'm not in a good headspace. But I do feel much better having decompressed all of what it is I've had to talk about here in this video, because honestly, it's like, at the end of the day, you know, you just gotta talk it out. You know, therapy is all well and good and stuff like that. And one of the key factors when it comes to success in therapy would be, you know, communicating, would be talking. And, you know, the thing is, right now, it's like, I feel like that talking to you guys is very therapeutical. I feel like that, in a way, you guys are kind of like my therapy, my mental therapy, and my, like, emotional therapy. Now, physical therapy, you know, probably not so much, because, I mean, you guys aren't physically here and all that stuff. And my physical therapy resides in the gym that's just across the street, you know, down the road from where I live and all that. But, I mean, you know, the thing is, guys, is that, at the end of the day, you know, I'm very lucky to have all of you guys, and I want to say, you know, thank you guys so very much, you know, for just being there for me. I know I've likely said this a bunch of times already in this video, but I mean, you know, honestly, I can't say thank you enough. It's something that I can say millions of times over again, and I feel like that don't even do justice, you know? So at the end of all of this, you know, I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on the channel. I want to know what your guys' thoughts are when it comes to, you know, my two side channels. You know, what do I have to do to make it so that they can become the best that they can be for all of you guys, you know? Because, you know, this is our dream kind of thing. You know, yes, this is my dream originally, but then I started sharing the dream with you guys, And as more and more of you guys started supporting the dream, it suddenly became our dream. So it's like, I can't just, you know, lay down and stay down. I can't just, you know, be all defeated and stuff like that. I can't just say, well, you know, this dream's over, guys, because it's like, you know, I'm depressed. It's like, no. It's like, I get that shit happens, but, you know, we got to pull through. And right now, times are tough as hell, like, in 2018 on YouTube. I mean, there's been a lot of stuff that's been happening, and, you know, a lot of YouTubers, big and small, like, past and present right now, like, have been dealing with these sort of things. You know, I can't name names off the top of my head, but, I mean, they're out there. Trust me on that. They are out there. You know, they'll be the first to tell you that, like, there's been issues with YouTube and, you know, with algorithms and, like, subscriber burn and, like, purges and all that stuff. But, you know, we just gotta keep going. I'm sure there's going to be, you know, that pot of gold at the end of this rainbow. You know, we just gotta keep on, you know, riding our little cart, you know, like Mario Kart. You know, you remember Mario Kart 64 and Rainbow Road? You know, best track I've ever seen in a racing game was Rainbow Road, you know? Like, it's the longest, I believe, track in that game. And, you know, you just gotta keep on driving until you get to first place and all that stuff. And, you know, that's what it is, you know, like, I know I just kind of used a racing reference and all that stuff, you know, I guess you could say by proxy implying that YouTube is like a race. No, it's not a race. I just more or less, you know, made the comparison to say, look, it's like, it's a very, very long road, and, you know, the pot of gold will be at the end of the rainbow. You just gotta keep on believing in it. You just gotta keep on believing it's there, and it will be there, you know. But you just gotta keep on working, you know. We all are different for a reason, because we all have different things that make us tick. We all have our own different paces in life, you know. You could have a friend who is the same age as yours, and, you know, they could already have a family at 25, while you know, you being 25 years old and you're still living at home. But, you know, who's to say that 5 years down the road that, you know, the same thing could happen to you? You know, you could be moved out, you could have, you know, a really decent job and career, and you could start up a family in too. You know, basically, it's like one of the things that you gotta remember, and, you know, I should honestly be telling myself this, is, you know, we are all different for a reason. And one of those things that makes us different is the fact that we all have different paces in life. We all go at our own pace. Rather than going at a dictated pace that, you know, society tries to, you know, convince you to go into, go at your own pace. I mean, hell, I'm turning 28 in 5 days, and I'm still living at home. Now, mock me, make fun of me all you want. I really don't give a damn. But here's the thing. Number one, I work 48 hours a week. 12-hour shifts each. Number two, the job I work at, healthcare security. I work, you know, contracted from Paladin Security, and I've been working with that company, been working at the Victoria General site since 2011 in December. December 3rd. I remember that date. Was my first ever date with that company. And the thing is that, you know, with every single job is going to come its highs and its lows, but there is one consistency that I'm always going to be appreciative of, and that is experience. That is the fact that I have experience in life, and that's the fact that I've got growth in life, you know? And I also, you know, want to say that, you know, I've learned a lot from working healthcare security, and you deal with all kinds of walks of life. You deal with hundreds, sometimes if not thousands of people in a week, sometimes in you know, a month and stuff like that, depending on, you know, the traffic and all that stuff in said hospitals and all that stuff. But the thing is, right, is that I am happy, like, I'm content with where I'm at, you know, like, you know, I definitely could be, you know, much happier, like, with a, you know, a career and stuff like that, but here's the thing, is that, you know, you gotta have something, and something is better than nothing. Even if that something is a little bit of something, it's still better than nothing. And, you know, the thing is that, you know, now that I kind of think about it, the views that I get here on the videos, you know, at least they're being viewed, even if, you know, some videos don't break, like, you know, 200 views or something like that, even if my reactions flop and stuff like that. At least there's people that's viewing them. May not be much, but at least there's people that's viewing them. And that's honestly something that I gotta keep on thinking about. That's the mentality that I gotta keep, I gotta keep focused on. That's the kind of mentality that I gotta have that sort of tunnel vision. That by that tunnel vision, I gotta be able to have the tunnel vision to focus on that one thing I just said right there, and burn a hole through it, stare at it as if you were about to take the lucky shot, as if you wanted to hit the bullseye like a hunter, And, that's something that, I wanted to share with you guys as well, is, something is better than nothing. Even if it may not seem like much, still better than nothing. And even if it may not seem like much, it's also still best to share it too, because, honestly, sharing is caring. It's not just some goofy little catchphrase, for kids and all that stuff. It's, it's a fact of life. It's something that actually has meaning, and with all that, it's like I want to keep on sharing all my memories. I want to keep on sharing all my milestones, all of the craziest moments that takes place here on this channel, and I want to keep on sharing it with you guys, and I hope that you guys can share with me as well. One of the things I hope that you guys can share with is, honest criticism here with the channel, and, I want to do everything I can to make it the best channel that it can be. And again, I want to reiterate that, I know for a fact I'm not going to be the best channel ever, but I want to be the best channel that I can make it to be for all of you guys and for all of the future subscribers here. I want to make this the best channel, that it has ever been. I want to be the best and the only Mega Crasher here on this site. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, guys, that's truly going to wrap things up right here, I really don't know what else I can say. This video is, going on, so freaking long, so I'm just going to go ahead and end this off right here, so that way, it's over and all that. But seriously, guys, thank you. Thank you guys for being my friends. Thank you guys for being my family. Thank you guys for listening to me, and I love you. Thank you. Thank you so very much for everything, and I will keep on doing the best I can to entertain and inspire. Right now, I know that there is another Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee video that I have to do because, the Japan Pokemon YouTube channel had released a trailer. Haven't seen it yet, so don't worry, I haven't yet seen it, so, the reaction isn't spoiled or anything like that. But I wasn't able to make it yesterday because of a time crunch and all that stuff. I had to get ready for work and all that, adult responsibilities and all that, you know what I'm saying? I gotta pay bills somehow. So, with that said, guys, seriously, thank you for watching. There will be more content to come, and also to remind you guys, on Mega Crasher Pro, I will be announcing later on today the winners of the Shiny Zygarde giveaway, so, please be sure to stay tuned for that. And also be sure to stay tuned for more Pokemon Go related content, because there's a lot of stuff that needs to be talked about. Don't worry, I haven't dropped off on that channel. I'm still alive. So, thank you for watching. Love you very much. See you next time.